The first crisis is... So, if anyone missed it, we are now starting turn 1 of the game.
Oh, okay, yes, sorry.
Yeah.
Makes a lot.
So that's the sort
it.
of the setup. I hope we've sort of answered any questions you guys might have about the game. But if you do want to understand how it works in more depth, I fully recommend Watch It Played with Rodney Smith. It's really good. He runs through games. He runs through... He's got one for Dead of Winter that tells you how to play the base game. He's got one for Long Night that runs you through the sort of extra modules and things. But we'll try and explain the sort of the rules as we go and how it works anyway. So you should be able to follow along pretty clearly. So these are the crises we have to finish every turn. We have to accomplish every turn. This first one's called Poisoned. It looks bad. So we need food or medicine cards equal to the number of non-exiled players. That's 3. If we fail, we add 2 starvation tokens to the food supply. That would be critically devastating. I'll explain why. We will also place 1 wound token on each survivor at the colony, and all helpless survivors become unruly. We have the option of adding 2 additional food or medicine cards to gain 1 morale. So starvation cards, starvation tokens are extremely bad. This is the food supply. At the end of the round, we need to have 1 food supply in here for every 2 people in the colony.
Okay.
So we count up all the tokens that are filled here. These will be filled with helpless survivors and any survivors we're keeping at the colony. We divide that by 2 and spend the food equal to that. Now, if there's not enough food, we add a starvation token to the supply. For every starvation token in the supply, at the end of the colony phase, or at some point in the colony phase, we simply lose a morale. You can't get rid of them, they never go away. So if we were to add 2 starvation tokens to the supply at the end of this round, we would lose 2 morale every round for the rest of the game.
We will be boned.
Yeah, and if any of you are thinking about betraying us, let me just say we would lose this game far quicker than you can complete your betrayer objectives. Yeah? Probably.
Yeah, I imagine it wouldn't take very long. 2
yeah.
turns.
You know, 2 turns at, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I
I think it's also, we should have starter equipment and the colony, shouldn't we?
Right, yes. How many starter cards do we start with, Ollie? I think it's 5.
I believe. These are randomly assigned, and it actually says
Starter items.
They don't count towards the crisis contribution because they're what you start with, so it's stuff you have to find as well.
Right, yeah. So if any of you have seen your secret objective and it says have food or have gasoline or whatever, you cannot use starter items to complete your secret objective.
Because that would just be really, really unfair.
You can use starter items to solve the crisis. You can use starter items for what they do on the cards. You can use starter items to add food to the supply. But you can't use the starter items for the secret objective.
Basically, you want to get rid of them first.
I'm trying to think, is Mike the betrayer because he keeps pointing out about other people how to win?
There's a 60-70%.
Yeah,
chance.
I know. It's what happens later on, but I got my own.
But the thing is, he's also explaining the games.
No, I'm just good at explaining the game, you guys. I'm definitely not the betrayer.
Okay, now I definitely think he's the betrayer.
This guy can't win.
Really, he can't.
Yes, I'm totes the betrayer. Please exile me.
Vote.
By the way, guys, if you get that wrong, you're boned.
Yes.
Right, sorry, what am I looking up? How many starter cards? Right, 5 to each player.
Awesome. Okay, are these shuffled?
Yes, I believe they have been, but maybe... Okay, never mind. I was just going to say give them another quick shuffle.
Yeah,
Again, there is no such thing as too much shuffling, except for living card games, apparently, which I've never heard before and would think...
The living card game players get very, very superstitious about their decks.
Why? I mean,
I
seriously.
don't know.
If anyone does know, please put it in the comments, because I will read and try and find out the answer to this, because I find
There's a few people we could ask, though.
True.
Yeah.
Johnny Oliver, well, yeah, friend of ours.
Johnny Olaflee, Ben Royals, Barry Smith, they all play. Barry, who appears on this channel, they all play games. You can actually check out Barry's channel and podcast Face Check to watch him play the living card game Netrunner, Android Netrunner, which is very popular. I understand. I've played it a few times, but just the core set. But I like it.
Cool.
It's a great game.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. If there are not enough food tokens, add a starvation to the food supply. So yeah. So the crisis is resolved after pay food. so we wouldn't lose 2 morale this round if we screw up.
Right.
But we would lose it starting the next round. So it would basically cap us at about 3 turns of play out of 6 that we're supposed to have.
Unless we get some really good morale going. Okay. All good, guys?
Are we allowed to just put stuff in with these to sort the crisis out or not? So I think you said that.
Yeah,
a minute
you
ago.
can pay for the crisis with starter items.
Yeah.
So we need food or medicine, you guys. So I hope you guys have food or medicine. The other thing is though, we also need food for the food supply.
Yeah.
But you can only contribute to the crisis on your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, no
So,
problems.
example, it's my turn. But
Before we do that, we roll the
Roll
action die.
come on with high numbers. I really need them.
Yeah, high numbers would be good. Okay,
Yay.
I did not.
Oh no, that's...
Mine are acceptable.
Oh, what?
I got a 1, a 5, and a 6, so I got 2 actual actions and then 1 where I... The good thing about this game is no matter what you roll, there is always something you can do, because these actions here, where it says barricade, clean waste, or attract, they don't require a number, they're just, you require a dice. So you can always build a barricade.
A die.
You can always clean waste, you can always attract zombies. It's only attack and search you need the specific numbers for. So the nice thing about this one is there is no useless roll. There are bad rolls, but there's no useless one.
What?
So you got a 1, a 3, and a 6?
Yep.
I got a 1 and 2 4s.
Wow, I actually got probably the best roll.
Yeah.
Well,
Damn.
the thing is, it's not really about rolling high numbers. I mean, it is, but it's about rolling numbers
for
that
you.
are good for you.
You.
Yeah.
Yeah, for example, you don't care about ones because you've got a chimp that can just...
Kill
Yeah,
zombies
I
on a
could
one.
just- yeah.
But the thing is, you could be killing zombies with that chimp, and then they just get bitten and die.
Yeah.
Killing zombies is tricky. You want to have a weapon or something that protects you from exposure. Like I said, every time you do something in this game that causes you to roll the exposure die, which is by and large moving between locations and killing zombies, is bad. You want to roll that die as infrequently as possible.
Where's our character bits?
Our character bits. Right, we need our character standees.
Yes, because we want to put them on the board.
Yes, I'm sure you're very excited to put your characters on the board.
Well, semi-excited. That sounded weirder out loud than it did in my head.
Yeah, well, that's...
How many colony people do we need? The occupants as well.
Right, we don't start with any helpless survivors, and it appears we don't start with any zombies on the board.
Yes!
Which I'm extremely surprised by. Pretty much every scenario involves survivors on the board. So this is
I like this game.
that's a monkey.
Yay, that's blue.
Here I am.
Here's the public speaker. He's blind. That's why he's bad at searching.
Oh. But he's good at attacking.
Well,
His
he's
attacks are 3+.
yeah. Have you guys not seen Daredevil?
No, but my coach, this guy, his attacks are 3+. So his attack, and he's holding a sledgehammer.
Isn't there a film come out called Hold Your Breath or something, and the serial killer's actually someone who's blind?
Probably. But I just find it funny that my blind public speaker is as good at attacking as my sledgehammer wielding coach. That says something very bad about Eric.
Yeah.
Or incredible about Kumar. That's basically Daredevil.
It could be.
Yeah. I mean, how else would he have survived for this long? Oh.
Okay, so there are our 6 character standees there, all ready to go and explore the dangerous
So we
world of
are all-
Wolf for Dead.
I was gonna
So
say
we all start in the colony. Yeah.
Yep. I'm putting mine there because I can reach them.
Okay.
And I would probably knock the table about if I tried.
Fair enough. Okay, so it's my turn first. So
We need food and medicine. How are there no zombies on the board? I've never played a scenario where it started with no zombies on the board. This
Don't
is madness.
gift horse mouth. Don't look at it.
Can I have one of them cards, please? Because
It's
I
on
was...
the-
No, it's
on the
I'll
right.
do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's always the player furthest from or to the left of the active player.
To the right.
To the player to the right.
To the right. It even says it there.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so my turn. So I'm gonna do some contributions.
I'm looking away so I don't look at your secret card.
I really hope you didn't see that, but actually I suppose it doesn't particularly matter much. Anyway, so I'm going to put in, we need 3 food or medicine for that, so I'm going to put in 1 bit of food for the crisis contribution, and I'm going to put in some food for that. So for this one, these are kept hidden until the crisis is being resolved, and the idea is that you don't really know what people have put in. They can tell you what they put in, but they might be lying.
The betrayer may well put in stuff to sabotage us.
Yeah.
So sabotage is especially bad because not only does it indicate to us that they put in a card that's not there, but actually if there's a card that's not appropriate for the crisis, it actively counteracts one of the cards that is appropriate.
And the other thing I'm going to do is this one is face up because it's for
Yeah.
that. So food 1. So I'm
Food
adding
1.
1 food into the food supply.
So that goes into the waste pile now that he's used it, and there are cards that'll say waste pile for this. There's once there's 10 or more. If there's 10 or more cards in the waste pile at the end of the round, we lose 1 morale. So we have to basically clean the trash.
Okay, and the other thing I'm going to do is... Okay, I can play as many cards as I like, can't I? Yes?
Did I say left? I'm actually on your right.
It says right. To your right.
Oh yeah.
It does.
And the other thing we're going to do is I'm going to do junk or advanced. So I'm going to start with the advancement because we want that bloody greenhouse. Or
Right.
do we want the bedding? Which one do we want more?
Green. What's the
Greenhouse
Bedding is an
food.
extra action.
Also remove
Who
something.
who gets the extra action though?
Everyone.
And can remove despair tokens.
Everyone who's not exiled gets an extra action.
What gets an extra die?
Yeah. Gets an extra action die.
Yeah.
So you can either roll an extra action die or you can remove a despair token from a survivor you control
Once per round.
at the beginning of each round. Which do we want more?
What? How many advancement tokens do you need for the
4.
bed? How many do you need for the greenhouse?
3.
What's the greenhouse?
The greenhouse is all players with a survivor at the colony can use it once during their turn each round to place a food into the food supply.
And that is a free action or requires a die?
It's a free action. It's an ability. Which do we want more, guys? Actions or food? Because I would have thought.
4 action tokens.
Because I think if you guys have got some
If we
food
want the bed, it's better to get it
Now.
sooner because then we profit more from the action die.
yeah, I would say that's a good thing to have.
Well, you can choose. You're the one advancing it.
Okay, I'm going to go with the bedding then, because I don't think we're going to struggle for food at this point because we're not going to have very many people in the colony.
He chose the bed, Matthew. Make a note of it. In case he's the traitor.
This is why I'm suspicious of the man who's running the game.
Yeah. Okay.
Watch
so,
other people.